So, there was there's things happening. Vivian, just read the fucking title. Right. So I'm just gonna react to this stupid fucking video because I think that's. I don't think actually.
I started the End Kotaku petition on Change. I started the End Kotaku petition on change.org to change Kotaku from getting rid of the lies and spewing their narratives and their agendas all over the video game landscape to getting back to talking about the games and what we love about them. Maybe I need to tone down my expectations from that. Instead of just saying End Kotaku, maybe we can say, like, can we go...
Okay, so a structural problem with this video. What's Kotaku? And I guess if you're really stupid, what agenda are you pushing? You gotta state these things, man. Strike one.
One day without someone at Kotaku saying or doing something so stupid that you just can't with them. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT, and here we go, another day and another article at Kotaku where the entire internet just can't look away from this car wreck. This time, they are purposefully misrepresenting a character in Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door remake, to say that they are restoring a party member's trans identity. Like,
So, this is for the most part true. Hang on, just get up the, because I haven't played the game, but I have seen a certain screenshot, and I've been replying to so many transphobes. It's funny. It's really funny. Anyways, where's it? Boop. 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 Truth is, it took me a while to realize I was their sister, not their brother. Let's just keep watching and keep that.
I don't know what kind of fantasy fairy tale world you're living in where you have to make up these words for the headline, but that's not even close to the reality of what transpired. And it's fascinating how these activists posing as journalists at Kotaku seem to keep getting away with this over and over and over again, and no one in the industry is holding them accountable. If anything, I'm seeing their friends, their peers across the industry, holding them up, praising them for saying things that just are blatantly false. And in this video, I'm going to break their friends, their peers across the industry, holding them up, praising them for saying things that just are blatantly false.
Need I say more?
And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how they manipulate their words to get the end result that they want.
That's really cool.
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article breaking down this absolute shit show of a company called Kotaku and this absolute garbage they keep spewing out. Almost feels like daily at this point. Now, in this video, we're talking about the updated new Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, if we're gonna show this part.
Year Door.
This is the old version.
Remake. That character Vivian
I don't know.
Is apparently trans, or at least you'd think you'd
apparently
believe that if you were to be reading Kotaku's headlines and their articles. But is that the case? Is that really what Nintendo is doing? They're injecting a trans character into a game? That doesn't sound very Nintendo-like, does it? I mean, maybe they just kind of slipped it through the cracks and it got through. Maybe it was. Is that what happened? No, I think we all know a little bit better. What transpired here goes a lot deeper. Oh, Kotaku, you've once again found yourself in some hot water for misrepresenting the full story.
Okay. If this is the original version, and Vivian is a boy, and she just kissed Mario, you're between Vivian being gay and trans. There's not...
time, shockingly, not written by good friend of the channel, Alyssa Mercante. A new challenger has entered.
Good friend of the channel. Elaborate. Like, I think it's clear that this is supposed to be for one community that he's already garnered, and it says a lot, really.
The ring, Kenneth Shepard, and this latest controversy surrounds his article claiming that the Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door remake restores a party member's trans identity. According to Shepard, Vivian's transgender identity was removed in the English localization of the original.
Hang on. Motherfucker really tried to put ads on me. Okay, can I see the fucking article? Okay. There we go. Okay, now we have all the sources.
Original GameCube release, and is now being restored because Nintendo is getting caught up with the times, and this is so important for society to push a trans agenda. That's what Nintendo is
Keyword agenda.
doing here, right? Let's talk about the reality of the situation. Vivian is a beloved character from Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door, and is a member of the Shadow Sirens. In the Japanese version of the game, Vivian is depicted as a crossdresser, or femboy. The character's gender is a point of minor discussion among other characters, but he is never explicitly described as transgender. In fact, looking at
I'm sorry, I just want to take a look through here and see if they address that. Oh, you can still buy it. Huh. Okay, so on the journalist part, they did not mention that part of the translation. If it's real, why am I?
at the original Japanese verbiage, and the translation of it says, a former member of the Shadow Trio.
Okay.
He may look like a girl.
So, here's the thing. Shit changes. It's been 20 years. Fuck's sake.
But he's actually a boy. Last
Okay, here's the thing. Remake. It's 20 years later. Shit changes.
time I checked, someone who is actually a boy is not transgender. They might be a cross-dresser, they might put a dress on, but they're not trans. Like, I don't know how to tell this to Kotaku. Maybe their definitions are different than what it is. I've talked to a lot of people on Twitter that are really into this game, and everyone is unanimous on this definition.
Remake.
Of what it is. A femboy. Someone who may look like a girl, may put a dress on.
Okay, hang on. Now I need to do some research. Hang on. Is there an incognito mode? There we go. Which one of these is the least NSFW? You can see where this is going. I'd say that's pretty unanimous.
But he's actually a boy. Like, it's not someone who is identifying as a female and pushing their agenda as being a girl in the narrative of pushing transgender. That's not anything to do with what Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door's Vivian character is. This is like a label that Kotaku is trying so hard to put on them in order to progress their agenda. They want to encourage trans people and transgenderism and make this like it's a normal thing that people should be aspiring to because it's totally acceptable in society. And we need to push this agenda as hard as we can here at Kotaku. It's what we do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The official translation aligns more with the concept of cross-dressing or being a femboy rather than being transgender. This distinction is important. While both cross-dressing and being transgender involve gender identity, they are not the same thing. Cross-dressing typically involves wearing clothes traditionally associated with the opposite gender, while being transgender involves identifying as a gender different from the one assigned at birth. And it also takes people down that road of getting surgeries and doing some things to their body and just going down this crazy path that apparently Kotaku is fully on board with encouraging.
There's a lot of things.
Crazy reason. And it also takes people different from the one assigned at birth. And it also takes people down that road of getting surgeries and...
Okay, so allow me to mention something. If you are uncomfortable with how your natural body is, so if you are completely comfortable with how your natural body is and you haven't changed it at all since you were born, that looks like a shaved beard, shaved hair, and I mean, you know, it probably wasn't the room you grew up in. All of this definitely isn't natural. Hell, I mean, when you were born, your age has changed. Maybe the only solution is to kill yourself. Sorry.
Doing some things to their body.
I know that's extreme. I know there's an extreme difference. I know there's a difference there. I'm just trying to be funny. Because I don't know what else to do. I've never done this shit.
And just going down this crazy path that apparently Kotaku is fully on board with encouraging. For everyone. When Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door was localized for English-speaking audiences originally, the character of Vivian was modified. The references to him being a boy were removed, and he was presented simply as female. This change was likely made to avoid confusion and potential controversy in Western markets, where discussions about gender identity were less prevalent at the time. However, Kotaku's claim that Vivian's transgender identity was removed in the localization process is misleading, to say the least. The original Japanese script never explicitly labels Vivian as transgender. Instead, it depicts him as a crossdresser, a subtle but significant...
Well, no, because transgenderism doesn't have to be one simple. Like, I know that's definitely the intention there. The intention at the time was to have Vivian be a crossdresser, but identity is something that's very individual. And because of just how individual it is, that means that you can't exactly label what is and isn't transgenderism. So if someone's a femboy or a crossdresser, that doesn't exactly mean that they're not transgender. And hell, they could be. And they're just fine with... Because it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. I think that really just a lack of information is what's causing that quote.
Significant difference that Kotaku is taking and running as far as they can with here, because anytime anything like this comes up anywhere in gaming, they have to expose it, blow it up, and make a mountain out of it because holy shit, it's such a big deal to them. But here's the issue of misrepresentation. It has inaccurate representation for the character by stating that Vivian was transgender in the original Japanese version.
Sorry. Identity, again, is not one solid thing. It's a spectrum with spectrums in spectrums, and it's I think it's something a lot of people don't understand about transgenderism is that labels are just labels. They help you understand, but they aren't exactly what is truth. It's just important to keep into account when you hear the word identity.
Kotaku misrepresents the character's true nature. This can lead to misinformation and misunderstanding among gamers, particularly those who may not be familiar with the nuances of gender identity in Japanese culture versus Western culture. And let me show you a quick little diagram that I saw Grum's retweet on Twitter here that basically
Who's a Grums? You could just say it's clear that you're just trying to pander to your own audience because you know that if this were to leave your target audience, it would fuck up. So it's here that, like, you expect people to know these people, but you can just say something I saw on Twitter, also based Twitter. Sorry. Actually, it makes sense that he's dead naming Twitter, but also I do, so.
Explains exactly what the problem is. Japan has a number different of cultural
No. They're two very different things. To the point where you can see. To the point where you can. There's different pages. With different level of security. I got so distracted.
Identities to display cross-dressing, otokonoko, new
Glad I don't have to edit this.
half, okama, gender bender, and then in America it's transgender. And that's it. They don't want to try to decipher what's different between these things.
Labels are just fucking labels.
Because they want to push the agenda of transgenderism to everyone. Personally, this kind of drives me crazy because putting Mario holding that flag is flying directly in the face of anything Nintendo would ever want their mascot ever holding. This is not something that Nintendo cares to even dive into. And Kotaku is taking it on themselves to put this image in everyone's brain, to implant it like this is what the case is, because they are a news outlet, an organization that...
Why are you showing him? Them, whatever. I don't know what their pronouns are. But they're male presenting, so I'm just going to say him. Why? I think that by showing who this is and specifically stating them, you are prepping them for harassment. Don't do that.
You are supposed to trust and believe in, and if they post this as their main headline picture, then that must be that Nintendo approves it. There's other problems with the misrepresentation.
Sorry, just...
It's a sensitive topic. I mean, gender identity is a deeply personal and sensitive topic for a lot of people.
Yeah, how the fuck do you not understand that to the point... There's a problem... You're saying... gender identity. Okay, so you understand that gender identity is more than labels, and then you're trying to force labels. It's spectrums within spectrums.
People. Misrepresenting characters in this context can contribute to broader societal misunderstandings about gender identity and can be particularly harmful when discussed in relation to children's.
Okay, hang on. Okay. Okama is transgender. What? Okay, that's transgender. Femboy. Femboy. Yeah, just double check, because I think I know what it is. Yep. Femboy. Transgender, femboy, femboy. We have words for this.
Identity and can be particularly harmful when discussed in relation to children's media or a Nintendo game. I feel like Kotaku
Using
just
the for the
flippantly
kids
throws
argument.
it out there and pushes it like it's totally normal to change the meaning of what Nintendo did in something to push their.
Not really a way you can change the. There's not really a way you can phrase this fucking screenshot. Screenshot from Nintendo Life. Hang on. Let's find it. Sorry, I'm taking so many deep. Hang on, wait, it's probably
damage. We only experienced frame. In Japanese and several other languages, Vivian was always a transgender woman, but in the original English script, this was omitted. Now, in English, Vivian talks about accepting her true identity, specifically.
from Nintendo. Hang on. Okay, now I need to check now, because Vivian, Paper Mario, TYD, trans, Japanese, translated. Okay, that's fucking Wikipedia. There's no way that... I'm not gonna check those notifications. Sorry, bud. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Original sources? No. I should need to... Because a lot of reposting happens on... Did... Motherfucker. Vivian... Japanese... Text translated. Oh. That's not direct. It could be an intentional mistake. Although that's kind of stretching it. Okay, let's go start another fucking thing.
Yeah,
What the fuck wrong?
Agenda, but I guess that's what you get when you hire activists instead of journalists to write articles for your company. And it's exactly why I started the End Kotaku petition in the first place.
Can I put a negative? Can I put like a negative sign? Jesus.
Hi, this is Sean 007. 1986, aka Sean Fisher. And I'm signing this petition because Kotaku is a terrible video game news site, and the people who work in there, especially.
I'm just trying to.
So to go full circle on that, if you haven't already and you are interested, please check out the change.org petition. I will put a link in the description below to it. We just crossed 4,000 signatures on it, and I'm aiming to try to beat 5,000 and go from there. I think this is something that could make an impact to parent company GO Media if they get enough brushback from the community saying, stop lying to the gaming community. Stop lying to people that just want to play their video games. Stop pushing.
We just want to play our video. You can still play the fucking video game, you fucking idiot. Just play the video game. You can still play the video game, even if this is in it. You can still just play the fucking video game.
Agendas and propaganda on people because
propaganda.
you have a narrative that you're trying to fulfill, and instead get back to what you were created for in the first place. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as
okay, let's check the comments. Okay. What the fuck? They do that gay shit? Paper Mario series that just pissed me off. Now let me just find the clip real quick.
Taku, and this in this video we're talking like, but a trans cat misrepresenting the full story. This time, shockingly, not written. Wired here goes a lot deeper. Oh, Kotaku, you've once again.
Alright. Okay, anyways, I want to find, because this seems... The shit's always funny. This is shockingly wholesome. You know, not a lot of vandalism. I should probably end the recording. That doesn't mean I'm going to. Okay, they added some kanji, so let's see what the kanjis are. Oh, Canada. Anyways, I think I clicked on the wrong thing. I should really end the video. Anyways. Just fucking got rid of it. How do I call someone? What? Like, how do I call someone? What the fuck? How do I call someone based if it's just transphobia? Okay, I'm just gonna keep looking. What am I doing? You know, now it's just becoming a spite thing. Holy shit, we're into 2016. Wow. This is just one of the fun things I like to do sometimes. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna end the video. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.